we're doing One Piece. Can't take off my straw hat.
Take off your straw hat and put on your mustache.
I can't. You know what I have? I have my Richmond jersey, but it's in the wash. Fuck.
Well, what do you got for us? As far as, I know you got some Ted Lasso-ness that you want to talk about.
Jammer. I brought a clip.
You brought a clip?
I always want to say that. I want to always get to talk about actors who brought clips. I'm not an actor, but I did bring a clip. So recently, I had an opportunity to sit down with a lot of the cast from Ted Lasso. One of them in particular was Jeremy Swift, who plays Leslie on the show. And what was fun was getting to ask him about something that came up.
Yeah, it was great. What are you talking about?
Calm down, bro.
Next question. Next question.
Next question.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
It just made me realize that I am a god amongst.
With that hair.
No, I was gonna say when you say something like that, you have to do the hair sweep because I can't do that. So you can.
But I forgot to be irritated about it. I was just happy to be with you guys.
Good afternoon. I'm Brandon Jones with LRM Online and the Genreverse Podcast Network. The thing that I love about the show is what I love about this interview is that you guys seem so much like a family. So my question is for Jeremy. Jeremy, Nick Mohammed posted a picture of Nate and Roy Kent and Coach Beard together. He said there's potential, right? So is there potential for a spinoff AFC Richmond show? And what do you expect Leslie to be doing if that's the case?
All right. I don't think he quite said that. I think he was retweeting something. But it's the quote was from Apple, which was a quote from I think episode 1 or 2 of the first season. Smells like potential. I think Higgins would. He's a good manager. Once he's been given the status by Ted in the first season, through Rebecca, really. He's much more comfortable in his own skin, and so he's much more capable. And he would be a good coordinator and manager for a women's team or any future, I think, for the team. But he would still have his bit of awkwardness and make some strange sounds from his throat, I've no doubt. But yeah, I think he would. He's responsible for a lot of key issues in the show, like bringing in a sports therapist, which has an impact on Billy's character. Right into the third season, and bringing on Zava for good or bad, but it does propel them up, temporarily. So he is responsible and not really acclaimed for it in the show for some big moments for the team. So I think he could continue to do that. Should there be anything else? Well, I don't think there will be, but yeah.
Thank you.
Was that a little tear there, Jones?
It was a big tear. I'm just very upset. And don't forget, you were also a Diamond Dog, so you can't forget that awesome credential.
No, that was fantastic. Yeah, Higgins got to do that. He got to do the Diamond Dogs, and he got to be with the brass, the girls as well. So he was mover and a shaker.
So I don't know if you guys saw it, but Nick Mohammed put up he retweeted a photograph that Apple sent out, and it was of Coach Beard and Roy Kent, and who does Nick play? Oh my God, his name just jumped out of my head. Who's Nick Mohammed?
I don't know the names of the
actors. Oh my God.
Sorry.
God damn it, you're killing me. Anyway, so he retweeted this photograph, and he put a zip over the emoji, meaning like I can't talk about it. And so there's been a lot of speculation as to whether or not. Thank you, Nate. I think that's part of it. Nate. My brain couldn't. And so there's been speculation as to whether or not we will either get an AFC Richmond show or we will get like an AFC Richmond women's show, because that was also teased, spoilers for Ted Lasso, at the end of season 3. And so there's that. Plus there's also this kind of like fun. I saw in an IGN article, people are latching onto this one thing. So the book that was being written about the team by Trent said, hey, really great, no notes except change the name. It was never about me. And so people are latching onto that to say like, hey, change the name of the show and we can continue, we can move on. And so I brought that clip of Jeremy Swift answering the question as to whether or not there's going to be another one. A little bit, probably maybe sad news in there, at least as far as he's concerned, or what he thinks is going to happen. But I'll leave it there. Go ahead and watch that clip. And then, yeah, there's that. Jammer, question for you. Given what you saw from season 3, would you want to see another season of not Ted Lasso? Let's call it AFC Richmond.
Yeah, I would. And the reason why I mentioned this to you in my review of or discussion, I didn't make a review of it, but when we were discussing season 3, it kind of felt like they were segueing Ted out of the show pretty hard. He had become pretty complacent, for lack of a better word, passive, very not proactive in a way. It was a little frustrating, but it almost kind of felt like, man, you did everything you could do in the first 2 seasons, and it was just kind of like, all right, well, I did all I could, they need to take it from here type of thing. I can't do anything else. And it was a little bit frustrating, but it made it so that it felt like the show was more well-rounded with all the different full cast of characters, to the point where I could see a show completely without Ted Lasso. So I feel like we already got glimpses of that in season 3, and I would be down to watch for it in an AFC Richmond show. And I think that would be kind of poetic to be able to transition from Ted Lasso to AFC Richmond. They could just call it the Richmond Way. Who knows, right?
They could call it Richmond Way, and then you wouldn't even necessarily have to decide, are you getting a men's club or a women's club? It could be the same show. This could be the show, Jerry. Jammer.
This is it. Did you just call me Jerry? Was that on purpose? What the hell was that?
It was.
Okay.
But you pointed it out, so you made the joke not work.
I did, sorry. But yeah, I would be up for it. What about you?
I'm really interested. I love the cast. So if you're interested, I can ask Kyle to post the link to the remainder of the interview. So this is a roundtable that had folks like Bumbercatch and Zorro and Zorro, as well as Trent, Krem. And so getting to see them as, just themselves interacting with each other was a lot of fun and made me want more of the show. They were a fucking riot, not gonna lie. So they were fun to talk to. So there is a 30-minute interview. So I think this clip is probably like 2 minutes, but there's a 30-minute roundtable where all those guys are just like yucking up and laughing. So
Awesome.
So I got to do that as part of the African American Film Critics Association. So it was a lot of fun. It's a good time.